And I would like to introduce our next speaker, who is Vidhu Beni, who's a co-founder of and CEO of The Yantra Research, where he's building a vernacular conversational AI platform, The.ai, and it supports close to about 10 Indian languages. And the platform also enables an ecosystem for building vernacular products and services for Bharat. And prior to this, Vidhu was part of the Samsung research. So over to you, Vidhu.
Thank you, Ganesh. Am I audible?
Yes.
And I hope my screen is also visible, right?
Yes.
Cool. Yeah. So good afternoon, friends. So let me introduce myself, Vidhu Beni, co-founder and CEO of The Yantra. So today I'll be touching upon the aspect of build with Bharat or build for Bharat, right? And especially from the angle of multilingual vernacular technologies, and what are the technologies that probably businesses and end users can leverage. Right? Now, coming to build with Bharat, there are three aspects that we need to take care. I mean, looking from different perspectives. There is a perspective from the business angle, there is a perspective from the end users angle, and also there is another third dimension from the ecosystem. What is the ecosystem that we need to build for Bharat, right? Now, businesses, if you come to businesses, almost all businesses are looking for rapid growth, rapid expansion, and especially in India or Bharat use case, that is about expanding to tier 2, tier 3, and tier 4, because businesses cannot eye for scalability without looking for tier 2 and tier 3 and tier 4 expansion. Right? That is one thing. So in order to expand this particular thing, businesses have to use technology which is right kind of a technology for expansion. And especially when it comes to Bharat, as Aya was also mentioning, vernacular technology, language technology is a must technology to be adopted. Right. Now, coming to end users, again, most of these people coming from the rural areas, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4 areas, they are not tech savvy, to be precise, and they need to have intuitive means of communication. And what are these intuitive means of communication? People typically are well versed with conversations, and they are well versed with texting or writing, right? And we shouldn't be trying to teach these end users for a new learning curve, right? I mean that is very difficult for end users touch upon this particular new technology. So the new technology inclusion is fine, but at the same time, this end user should be able to intuitively use this particular technology. That is very important. And there should be an ecosystem where platforms and more platforms coming up, which can be used by developers for building products and services for Bharat. Right. In earlier session, Mr. Rajananthan was also mentioning about this ecosystem development for Bharat. Right. Now, so as I said, businesses need scale, and how businesses have been achieving in the past, they have been doing this traditional approach. If you look at State Bank of India, SBIs of the world, they were building local branches every nook and corner, and building call centers for customer support, and tens and thousands of people employing the. And this is not easy to scale. It takes a lot of time to reach to the scale, and also highly capex and opex oriented, right? Now, if a business really wanted to onboard, engage, and retain their customer, right, and especially with the Bharat community, now they need to adopt the right vernacular technology, right? And as we speak, this vernacular technology is gaining momentum. If you ask me, Bharat is already going live, already going online. I could see that about 50% of the vernacular speaking community already have connectivity to internet approximately. Some of them are using smartphones as well. And if you look at some of the research studies done by Google, almost all of the English-speaking community is already there on the internet arena right now. and almost 9 out of the 10 new internet users are coming from Indian language vernacular using community, right? And even if you look at the voice search thing, India is seeing approximately about 20% to 70% growth year on year on the voice searches. Which means that more and more people have started to use voice as a search mechanism or voice as a communication mechanism, right? And also, if you look at other things like, there have been a lot of searches coming from the non-metro cities. Like, if you look at, again, from the Google study, 55% of the car-related search are coming from non-metro cities, right? Which means that, Bharat is already online, and it is just that, businesses might need to use the right technology to, get in, get hand in hand with this new Bharat user. Now, what are the key technologies that needs to be used? One is, of course, speech recognition or ASR. And as Arya briefly touched upon, this also have to be with multiple Indian languages support for that, and multiple dialects support. And another important part is natural language processing. ASR is just a means for, let's say, transcribing speech into text. That's it, right? But the inference part comes from the natural language processing. Like, if I'm saying, I want to go to Chennai tomorrow at 6 a.m., right? And the natural language processing is the entity which understands what exactly is the semantics of the user utterance. What exactly is the meaning of this particular thing, right? So having to have the right natural language processing for each language. And the third one is, of course, the text-to-speech kind of a thing. So, right? So conversational AI, be it voice, text bots, is a must-have technology to be adopted by any businesses, and that includes even the government side as well. And this will have this multilingual vernacular aspect, as he said. The mix of languages that typically people use and etc. Right. Now, third one is the biggest one. Having the market is one thing, and there is a user there, but it is equally important to have to enable an ecosystem to build for Bharat, right? I would suggest that we need to have more and more platforms coming up for ready technology adoption. Have deep tech APIs available, open up for the developers. The platform is just open for developers, so that developers can build products using these platforms and APIs, and create an ecosystem wherein more and more products and services are built for Bharat. If you actually look at globally, companies like Google, Amazon, and Microsoft have been following the same thing. They have built a platform and and APIs, and developers have taken it to their heart, and they have started to develop products for the world. And it is time for us to build such platforms and APIs which is ready for developers to build for Bharat, right? And for example, D.AI has an open platform. If you actually go to D.AI, you can actually see a platform where developers can leverage our APIs and technology platform for building products for Bharat. Lastly, any businesses who wants to adopt the technology, they need to ask the right set of questions. Like say questions like do this particular vendor or the platform that you are planning to use, they really own the underlying tech or not? If they don't own, and if they are using a third-party tech, you actually have a risk of having adaptation. I mean, if you want to have some kind of a customizations to be done for your product names and things like that, that kind of adaptability you will be missing if the vendor doesn't have own technology. Of course, language is one thing, and the third one is seamless. How seamless or sticky is the onboarding process, right? Whether you have flexibility, whether the vendor offer, if you are a business where you want to have data privacy and you want to have an on-prem installation, whether the vendor provides that kind of a thing or not, or if you are okay with SaaS, whether you can have cloud agnostic solution, like you can put it onto any kind of a cloud, like be it AWS or Google GCP or whatever it is, right? So all those flexibility is something which you need to look into. And of course, option for human intervene, because no AI is foolproof. You might need to have humans tackling for the critical questions that might be coming up. and the number of channels, of course, because you really want that to have your users to engage with the users on the channels on which they are currently. If they are on WhatsApp, you must have a channel for WhatsApp and interact with them over WhatsApp. Or if they are using a feature phone, you must have an IVR, as a channel to reach out to them. Of course, using conversational automation and things like that, right? And lastly, as I said, how intuitive or how is the learning curve for the end users. So these are the things that you might need to consider when you select a particular platform. I think that's it from my end.
Yeah, thank you, Vidhu, for the detailed presentation on how to enable voice and vernacular